Is it okay to change careers? Do I have to stick to a predefined career path? You might feel a bit insecure about your career, or you feel that something is wrong with your career just because it doesn't match one of those more standard career paths out there, like an accountant working towards becoming VP of Finance, or a doctor who goes on to become a surgeon. And by standard career path, I don't mean that it's easy or that it's likely to happen. What I mean by a standard career path is pursuing a career within the same industry and very tightly building on the same skill set and experiences. The kind of career where your family and friends go, yes, wow, that's perfect, that makes totally sense. Instead, you might have already been through several unrelated career changes, or you're currently thinking about changing your career, and it might be a very drastic career change. Perhaps you're trying to start something really new, like my father, who was a researcher but then in his late 60s started writing books. And when your friends and family ask you about what you're trying to do, they look all confused and they're like, sorry, I thought you were an engineer, right? So what are you doing now? Why? And you might even be asking yourself these questions. Is it okay to change careers? Do I have to stick to a predefined career path? If you don't have a clear answer to this is something that can make you very anxious and very unconfident about your plans. So in this video, I want to talk about 4 career concepts that will help you to see careers in a totally different way. And this will also help you to see that there is not one single right way to have a career. This will also help you to erase any doubts you might have about whether or not it's okay to change careers, and to be more confident and more resolute when it comes to changing your career. And stick with me to the end, because at the end of this video, I want to share with you my personal story, being someone who just couldn't stick to one single clean career path. Let's start with the first 2 career concepts, which I would say are the more traditional career concepts. The first concept is the steady state career concept. This concept sees a career as a lifelong involvement in an occupation such as law, with increasing expertise and respect as signs of success. And the key here is lifelong involvement, which means that you work continuously on this one single career for your entire life, with the goal of becoming an expert and someone who's respected in this area. And we definitely need these kinds of people, the kind of people who devote their entire life to solving one specific problem, like those people who win the Nobel Prize, or people who have an incomparable amount of experience in a specific field. For example, I would want my surgeon, if I would ever need surgery, to be someone like this. But this career concept might not be suitable for everyone. You, for example, might be someone who is not interested in sticking to one single career for your entire life because there are so many other things that you want to do. By the way, if you're enjoying this video so far, then please do me a favor and hit the like button, because that will help the YouTube algorithm to push this video out to more people. The second career concept is the linear career concept, which defines careers as a steadily upward movement on some clearly defined ladder. In organizational management, career success is defined as reaching the top. The key here is upward movement on a ladder in an organization, and the ultimate goal is to get to the top. In my earlier career, I was pursuing this linear career concept because it was all that I knew about. Getting promoted as fast as possible, changing titles as fast as possible from manager to AVP to VP, until I realized that I just didn't want it anymore. But more about this later. And this linear career concept might not be for you either, because you don't care about any ladder. Climbing the corporate ladder is a goal that is pointless to you. One of the reasons could be because you don't care at all about what your title or your position is. You don't find it fulfilling to get the next promotion, and you're not interested in widening your job scope, like many millennials nowadays. And if this applies to you, then the next 2 career concepts might be more suitable for you. The third career concept is the spiral career concept. The spiral career concept sees a career as a series of different careers, each lasting about 10 years and each building on the strengths of the past but allowing the development of new skills. Success is seen as the development of one's own inner potential to its maximum. And here the key is that you have a series of different careers, and success is defined much more subjectively, which means that you define success not based on your title, on your position, or your salary, but you define success by the extent to which your career allows you to develop your full potential. And I would say that the actual length or duration of the career is less important, whether it's 5 years or it's 10 years, because the point here is that every time that you make a career transition, you take something old, some of the skills and experience from the old career with you, and you add something new on top of that. And that results in a continuous and unbroken spiral. One example here is my brother, who worked as a software engineer for quite a while and then quit his job to pursue game development. He continued to use his old skills and experience, but he added on a bunch of new skills in order to make the game. And in this spiral concept, what you're doing is basically following your own internal compass instead of following a career path that is predefined by an association or by a company you work for. And this is especially suitable for those kinds of people who need a lot of autonomy, those kinds of people who are highly artistic, creative, and especially innovative, because innovation very seldom happens in a closed box. And this is very similar to the concept of multiple careers, which is the name of this channel. That is also an umbrella term for having several careers, different kinds of careers, customized careers throughout your entire life. In case you've been watching my videos for a while, I'm sure that you've heard me talking about this many times. And the reason I do this is because I find it so important for people to realize that there is no one single correct way to have a career. In fact, I believe that every person should craft their career in a very specific and customized way. If you want to have a career in which you're happy and fulfilled, you need to continuously make adjustments to it. Adjustments in pursuing those things that interest you, deciding how much time you want to spend working on what, and also deciding what you want your career goals to be. And the tension that exists is usually that those career goals, your career goals that you have, are oftentimes not aligned with the goals of the company or the corporation. So if your end goal is to climb the corporate ladder and to please the corporation that you're working for, then I'm sorry, this channel might not be the right channel for you. But if you are someone who wants to have a fulfilling career, who wants to change your career and your life for the better, then this channel is right for you. And in that case, you might want to consider subscribing. If you do so, then also please do me a favor, go down to the notification settings and make sure that it's set to all notifications so that YouTube will notify you of each and every single upload. The fourth career concept is the transitory career concept. The transitory career concept defines a career as a series of short engagements of 1 to 4 years in varied fields, with the key being novel challenge. Success is translated into the ability to meet greater challenges. The key here is pursuing different careers in different fields. And success to the person here means to try out new things and continue to challenge themselves. And although it says 1 to 4 years here, I wouldn't be too concerned about the exact time frame, because here it's more about consciously changing careers to be able to try something that's new and different. This could be, for example, someone who pursues a career in graphic design for 6 years and then moves on to become a home builder for 5 years, and then continues to become a scuba diver instructor for the next 3 years. And this could be done either one after the other or overlapping in parts. Depending on the kind of person you are, you might either think that this is just crazy, or you might feel that this is actually freeing. It might change your view on careers, and you might even have this aha moment where you're thinking, yeah, that's actually right. I don't want to just stick to this one career that I have for my entire life, but actually I want to try and do something different. And if you recognize yourself here, then the transitory career concept might just be right for you. These 4 career concepts that I talked about just now are part of a study that I'll link in the descriptions below. So there are actual people in real life who correspond to each of these career concepts, and it might provide you a bit of relief to know that there are people out there who do not necessarily subscribe to the traditional linear career concept. And now, as promised, I want to share with you which of these career concepts I personally relate to the most. I think you can guess. And by the way, I'd also really love to know which of these career concepts you relate to the most. So please let me know in the comments below. Please let me know which of these make most sense to you and also why. I mostly relate to the spiral and transitory career concept. I'm someone who really likes to work on new projects. I find it really exciting and challenging to work on something new and in the process find out more things about myself. But I do like having some kind of continuity where I never completely start from scratch, except for sometimes perhaps. And that way I mostly build on my past skills and experiences and I'm never completely disjointed from my previous career. As some of you might know, I started my first career as a project manager in banking. In other words, I pursued a linear career path there. And after doing that for 5 years, I decided to quit my job and pursue acting. But as the world of acting is one of the toughest in the world to get a job in, as you might imagine, I decided to instead go into filmmaking and I produced my 2 own feature films in which I also acted in. One of these films got released in theaters while the other one got released on OTT. And it was something completely new to me. It was the challenge of my lifetime, at least so far. But actually the change wasn't that abrupt, although it might seem that way at first glance. Because the thing is that I didn't change from being a project manager to becoming a film director, which is more of a creative role. But instead what I did was change from being a project manager to being a film producer. And it turned out that as a film producer, I used around 70% of the skills that I previously used in my job as project manager. And these kinds of skills that you got from one career but that you can continue to use in a different career is what's called transferable skills. So just in case you're thinking about changing careers and you're afraid because you feel like you're starting from zero, you're actually not, because you have all of these transferable skills. Leadership skills, analytical skills, copywriting skills, and so on. If you want to know more about how I changed careers from banking to filmmaking, then you might want to check out one of these videos that I made earlier. It should be linked somewhere around here, but just in case it isn't, you might just head over to my channel, check out the videos and playlists, because there are plenty of videos that will definitely be useful for you. Hey, if you enjoyed my content so far and if you want to support this channel, then you can do that by simply hitting the like button, or you can leave a comment down below, or you can buy me a coffee through the link in the description below. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you again soon.